Katie Bertrand. I am at my storefront, So Cute by Katie, which is located in Louisville, Kentucky, and I just thought I would show you what I'm working on, kind of my day-to-day routine of having an embroidery gift shop. So I am in my workroom. I've got one machine running. That one's running. This one is not working because it has to get repaired. It decided to give me an error message that I cannot fix, so I'm waiting for my repair guy to come on Thursday to get that one up and running. And then I'm getting ready to put on a couple more orders. So I just kind of would show you all the different things we do in a day. Sometimes we're running big orders for like companies, with their logos. So we'll be doing a bunch of the same thing, but for the most part, everything we do is different. So right now on that machine, I'm doing a logo on the back of a lab coat. I just got done doing a raincoat, and I'm gonna go pop on another one. So let's see, for the next one, so I've got a couple things hooped up. What I try to do is go through my orders, set up all the embroidery designs and have those ready, and then hoop up as much as I can, use all my hoops, and then that way they're ready to go. Once one's done, I can pop on the next one to kind of keep things moving. Because if you're running a business, it's very important to understand that time is money. So I'm going to pop on this one. So let me show you how I do my orders. When a customer comes in, I use an old-fashioned notebook. Nothing fancy. I don't get out an order form or anything like that. I've been in business. I just had my 11-year anniversary last week, so I have just found that this works good for me. But I use a notebook primarily because if I have an order form that I have to attach to the item, more than likely I have to unattach it to embroider it, and for me that just causes a big risk of losing that item's information, the order, making sure it matches up. So I have everything in my trusty little notebook. This way when I go to sit down and set up designs, it's all in my notebook. I don't have to go get the item, get the order form off of it, that kind of thing. It's all right there. So this is just easy for me. But what I do is I get the customer's name and phone number. I'll write down what their item is, what logo or what monogram they want to put on there, what color thread we're using, and what font. And then once it's done, as you can see, I'll put a circle next to their name, and then we call them and let them know that their order is done, and then they get a check mark. So that's just kind of the process that we do. That way, once we're looking in the book, we know what orders are not finished, we know which orders are finished and haven't been called, and which items have been called. And then we also try to date when we call them, because sometimes if an item has sat here for a while and hasn't been picked up, we want to give them a reminder call. It's kind of like the dry cleaner. Sometimes you drop things off and you forget it's there. So that's just kind of the process. But today I'm going to be monogramming. I've already done a couple of backpacks. Oh, I'm going to show you one too. Hold on. So one thing we do a lot of is patching over. This had an embroidery on it. I don't know if you can see on the inside. See, there's stitching right there. Well, we patched over that. So I create an applique shape in the software and then put the initials over it. So we do this all the time on jackets and bags and stuff, especially for like sports teams, stuff like that. So that if they had they've switched teams or something like that, because those bags and backpacks can get very expensive. So it's nice to be able to reuse them, and we just patch over it. So we do that a lot. So I've got a couple more raincoats I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be monogramming this Pottery Barn Anywhere chair. So we embroider it right here. So that's up next. We have a special going on in the shop. You're ready to do a t-shirt. So I have a bunch of t-shirts that just a bunch of different random sizes and colors and stuff. So we have them on special. So there are $10 tees. So if you're watching this video and you want a monogram t-shirt for $10, you can call our store. So this is a cut for one customer. She ordered a bunch for like a bunch of different people and a couple for herself. They are not on my website because we have so many different sizes and whatnot. So if you're watching and if it's, you know, within today, let's see, today is January 12th, 2021. So I don't want you to be watching this video months from now and call us and we may not have the t-shirt. But if you want to get one of our $10 monogram t-shirts, call our store 502-245-8770. We can let you know what colors we have available in your size and ship it out to you. So we've been doing a bunch of those. Next up, let's see, I'll show you. I've got some denim shirts, we're doing logos, and then I'm going to be working on some screen print transfers. I'm going to be making some t-shirts later. I also have some of these we're making for the store on our raglan, so we do sublimation. And then I also do alterations, so I've got to get started on some alterations. So I try to kind of get the embroidery machine going, and then I may kind of start prepping my alterations that I got to do, start ripping things apart, marking that thing, and then I'll sit down and sew. So sometimes I try to do both. It doesn't always pan out as well, trying to do both of them, because the embroidery machine will stop, and then I got to hop up and change the other thing, so it's easier to just kind of sit down and focus on it. So I just do a little bit of everything. But I love to sew, I love to do embroidery, and have just expanded my business into doing a lot of other things that kind of tie into it, like, you know, the heat press, the vinyl, sublimation, things like that. So if you have any questions about running an embroidery business, or you're thinking about doing it, or maybe you're doing it from home and curious about starting a retail store, feel free to leave a message, comment below. I'll see if I can give you some tips and tricks, or let you know what I did. You know, everybody's going to be in a different situation, but I've always loved doing alterations, so I started with that and then got into embroidery, but it all just kind of ties together, and I love doing all of it. So that's just what I do. So this afternoon I'll be working on, I've got a men's suit, a couple pair of pants I'm going to hem, and then I'm going to start on a bridal dress. So never a dull moment, which is why I love having this shop, because I'm not always doing the same thing. It's not always repetitiveness, because if you kind of do the same thing over and over again, it gets boring. But then we have to stop. I'll wait on customers. I do have employees that work for me that usually wait on employees, or customers, sorry. But it just depends. Sometimes I'm out there, but for the most part, I'm back here trying to do the production. So I just thought I would kind of just give you a little bit of behind the scenes. I'll go ahead and throw this one on, get this started, and then I might flip the camera around and I'll show you what's on this other machine. Not sure if I can, let's see. So I'm doing the, over here, if I can get my fingers, so it's the back of the jacket. So we've got a smaller logo on the front that we've already done, and we're doing the back of this one. So just kind of an advertising thing for a customer. So a little bit of everything. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this Putty Barn chair hooked up. I'm going to show you how to do that also, because you all may be embroidering those. So let's see. Angle the camera over here. All right, so move some of this out of the way. So with Putty Barn Anywhere chairs, alright, so I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to measure. And this is one of the smaller ones. This is a little chair. Looks like it is about 20. Yep. So that, I measured it, this particular one is 20 inches wide. So I'm gonna mark this at the 10. I like to just put a little pin right there. Then you're gonna open this and just unzip it. I don't know if I can get it unzipped. And the hard part, make sure you get all these little Velcro straps out of the way. And when you're putting it on the machine, make sure it is not in your way. I'm gonna slide in my hoop, and I've actually got this pin to the back, so I'm gonna unpin it a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna be using a pre-cut tearaway stabilizer. This does not cover my whole hoop, but it's going to cover the name enough, so I'm just gonna lay it in there. It'll get hooped. So I wanna kinda show you, I'm laying this in here. Now I'm just using the guides and the hoop. Hopefully this is, push that in there. Make sure that's in there correctly. Got that hoop. Now if you can see, there's a little notch right here and it's right over that pin. So that's lining up, so it will stitch right there in the center. We'll slide it onto the machine just like this, and you'll need to rotate the name. So we'll get that set up next. But that's what I like, how I like to kind of operate things. It's just get everything, get all my designs done on my computer, all the names and logos, whatever, put on the flash drive, and then try to get as many things hooped up and then keep popping them on the machines. And then in a little while, I'll take a break and I'll move over to do some t-shirts and then work on alterations. So that's just kind of day in the life at So Cute by Katie. But be sure to leave a comment or a question if you have one. I just want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for being on my YouTube channel. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get notified for our next video, hit the little bell icon and it'll send you a little email notification when we have a new video. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll chat with you later. Bye.